people, my peers, when they have families and their kids reach school age, they hit the road. They downsize their homes and they move to a smaller house around in one of our suburbs, all in terms of the education system, because people don't believe in it. People don't have faith in it anymore. So what we really need to do is we need to change the culture of our school system. And when you have 6 different superintendents in 8 years, we know that we desperately need to change the culture when it comes to how we go about our business in the Board of Ed. So Ms. Fuller, to your point, what are we going to do? We have to champion that. We want our reputation here in Norwalk to be one that's known for having a first-class learning environment for every single student in our city. And that's the kind of mayor that I'm going to be. You know, although I don't have line item control on the Board of Ed budget every single year, we do give them an allocation. And I do want to be the chief advocate on behalf of our students. And that's the great thing about being mayors. You can go out there and you can champion our kids till the cows come home. And that's the kind of mayor that we want to be. And frankly, that's the kind of mayor that we need here in Norwalk. We need somebody that's going to ring the bell as loud as we can, whether it be here in the city, around our region, to our philanthropic community who's so generous and gives so much, or whether it's up at the state capitol, letting people know that, again, Norwalk is ready to be the city that we know it can be. And it has to start with education. Otherwise, businesses don't want to come here, young families don't want to start to live their lives here, and we have to go out there and we really have to change the culture of our Board of Ed system. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity of working with a new superintendent and having 2 parallel fresh starts here in Norwalk this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Matt Miklave. I first want to apologize for being late. There was an important planning committee meeting tonight where we dealt with the Globe Theater and the Section 108 HUD loan. We dealt with Washington Village and Sandy Hook money. We dealt with Neon and Ben Franklin, and we dealt with a couple of other pretty pressing economic development issues for our city. And I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to abdicate my responsibility to the planning committee and to come here in order to participate in the political debate. And I apologize to anyone who may be offended. The Board of Education and what happened last year is why I am running for mayor. The fact of the matter is we had a fix for the Board of Education's budget problem. We put that fix together and ended up getting a bipartisan, unanimous council approval of a resolution the mayor actually signed. I know he signed it because I have a copy of it. And then he refused to implement it. And we laid off staff and we closed the libraries. And there was a fix. And that convinced me that I needed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Now I think one of the essences of the problem is this battle between the city administration and the Board of Education. This administration has lived for 8 years pitting the Board of Education against everything else. And yet we now know that for 4 years in a row, the educational system underpaid the city insurance fund between $1 and $2 million a year for 4 consecutive years. Now I'm a businessman. Somebody owes me $1 million, I know this. Somebody doesn't pay me, I really take notice, and no one has never, ever not paid me 4 years in a row. So I think one of the fundamental things we need to do is bring basic fiscal discipline back to the Board of Education. That's not the board's fault. That's the administration's fault. We need to support the reforms that are needed to make sure that we can judge the books right. Is that it?
That's it.
The hook is there. I'll talk about this more. Thank you.
First and foremost, in helping to solve the Board of Education issues, problems, reputation with the city of Norwalk, is to hire a new superintendent of schools and allow that superintendent to do their job. I'm not an educator. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. My son did. I wish him all the best of luck. I need a lot of patience for it. Not that I don't have that. I'm trying to do this at the same time. We need to allow this superintendent to do their job. And this superintendent doesn't have to be someone from within. It could be someone from without. It needs to be someone that's innovative, someone that's free-thinking, and someone that will stand up to the political end, which is what's dragging down our Board of Education right now, and has been over the last 8 years. We have not allowed the Board of Education to do their job. Now, were there problems in there? Yes. The underfunding that you just heard about? Yes. Again, trickle-up theory. This current administration can't handle the pressure, can't handle the job of doing what they're doing now. leader, as a manager, it's finding the right person to do the right job and allowing those people to do their job with the vision together of the community, making things better. That's what we need to do for the Board of Education. We need to make sure that they're funded, that the teachers have what they need in the classrooms, and that they're communicating with the parents outside, because it's a collaboration. It's not just, I dropped my kid off and you haven't taught him. It's getting out there with the parents. It's getting out there with programs. I was a PTA president for many years. How many years we went out there and raised thousands and thousands of dollars just to help educate our children. We need to help stop that cycle and make our schools better and more viable so that our children have an opportunity to go out and have real careers, go to college, and come back to our community and be a positive influence on the others.
I wasn't sure. It's getting long. You know, we've said this for a long time, that we owe our children the best possible education that we can give them. And you don't lose good people because of lack of pay or compensation. You lose good people from lack of giving them the support they need to do their job. Right now, we're in probably one of the most critical decision processes facing Norwalk for years to come. Not the election of one of us up here. The selection of a superintendent with a proven track record of achievement. I'm a little disconcerted that we don't have any idea who the 3 finalists are. I think we should know who they are. We should have an opportunity to meet them, just like you're all having an opportunity to meet us, so you can make an informed decision. There's also, again, a lack of revenue stream coming into this city that would allow us to fully fund the Board of Education and to spread the tax burden across commercial and residential so we don't overburden the people that can no longer afford to pay their taxes. In Norwalk, it costs 32% more to live than it costs in the state average. Yet the median income in Norwalk is only 6% higher. We get I think it was 2010, 2011, $930 for each student under ECS. That's not likely to change. But you know what's simple? Cheshire, who has $40,000 more median income than the city of Norwalk, gets twice what we get. So something is not right, folks. There needs to be a better way to fund our Board of Education.